Live from the FCB studios, it's X-Wing night. Bonus game. Dun dun dun. Alright, sports fans. It's your pal, Brendan Doherty, aka Instanicatus. Now, fresh off my lost. And, So for those of you just joining us, Brandon was given initiative by James. All right, the tabletop general himself, Mr. James Ayers. And okay. Yes, Thug in front, Kavlin back, and Talonbane Cobra on the bottom right hand of your screen. Now, Talonbane Cobra is one of those guys that, I've played with him a couple times, and both times he really wasn't super impressive. And for those of you who saw the first game that the tabletop general was in, he was flying the Sith Lords, Emperor Palpatine in the shuttle, which is just a random, just generic Omicron. Then he has Sunterfell in the Red Interceptor, and Darth Vader with Push the Limit, or no, not Push the Limit, it's Engine Upgrade, Advanced Targeting Computer. And to jump forward from Talonbane Cobra. Cobra, Cobra. Ooh, and a boost. Alright, and Sunterfell, the Red Baron himself, jumps right in front of the Omicron group pilot with a 1 hard to the right. That shuttle is PS2. It's just an Omicron group shuttle, and he did the stop maneuver. What the? That's really weird. Yeah. Cobra Commander impression. If it's the same one that I'm thinking of, I would, I would just like to say that it's amazing. Alright, so the Omicron group pilot decided that he was going to bump into Sunterfell. The Thug decided he was going to do a 3-bank to the right. And then Cavill also does a 3-bank to the right. Definitely want to keep Palpatine out of the fight as long as possible. However, if I was Brandon right here, I would kind of hold off on bringing Cavill in too quickly. Fun fact, he's not using Unhinged Astromech. He's using R4 Agromech right now. Basically, he has the blaster turret on Cavill, and he's trying to be able to get some modified dice after he has to spend that focus token in order to fire it. I don't even know who Moobot is, but yeah, definitely did not like the number of A's at the end of Cobra! If only there was a way that I could like link the music in just specifically for that song. Which is funny because I think the first time I saw that little music video for the Cobra Commander song, it was on the forums. Yes, vote Moobot. Three bank left from the Thug. Getting dangerously close to that asteroid. You know what's funny is that abandoned hair salon is now where the actual store is at. We moved into it because it was we just need a little bit smaller space apparently. Three bank from Talonbane. Kind of exposing himself around that rock. I think he's kind of making the same mistake that I made and just going a little bit too hard and fast, a little bit too early. Yeah, there's a lot of space that kind of went away, but at the same time, I mean, there's about 6 open tables, generally for X-Wing. The other gaming groups would come in, and like, I think right now, like the Pathfinder Society is here, and so they're off in the very front of the store, and then the back half has like 4 or 5 X-Wing tables opened up. Yeah, that Talonbane is definitely going to be. He's definitely hanging out there by himself. However, James is probably going to, try and think about whether or not he's going to be going after Cavill first. Just depends on what Vader wants to do right now. Alright, big ol' 3 bank. Ooh, focus and target lock. See? Yep, here it goes. Yeah, that's definitely a glitter stem on Cavill. Alright, so Talonbane Cobra. Using glitter stem, taking a stress. Oh boy. Adios mio. Just out of range of Vader. Look at all the green dice. And 1 hit. And advanced targeting computer for a crit. And look at that. All of the evades with glitter stem. Yeah, probably getting the shots actually on the Arc Dodgers pretty early is pretty important too. And yeah, that glitter stem's going to stick with him for the rest of the round. And there it is. 2 hits from Cavill. He's going to spend his focus, that way he can gain a target lock on the Baron. And then you see all those green dice just come out, and that's a mess. So auto thrusters for 1. Spending the focus. And there's all 3. Oh, I think he forgot to shoot with Talonbane Cobra first. That's fine. And glitter stem just changes 1 focus into a hit on the attack. And that's evaded. Easily evaded. I think if Walgreens did carry glitter stem, it would be a hit with at least X-Wing players. Yeah, I can only imagine that this is extremely difficult for them to get, a decent engagement with, these two. mainly because, Emperor Palpatine is there, and yeah. Definitely not hitting the spice, but I mean, getting back into the saddle after not playing a few games for a few weeks, I mean, he's had some big cool changes going on. So and part of it is just the store. Moving into the new location, getting it all set up. The spice must flow. Oh boy. And there you see it, the thug jumping over an asteroid, doing a 3 hard turn. He takes the stress. Oh, but he does not get injured by the rock. Shuttle doing a 1 straight forward, clearing his stress. Okay, and here we go. Cavill doing a 2 hard to the right. Now this could go one of two ways. Either the Baron shoots past, or he's off in La La Land by himself. Cavill taking a focus. Talonbane doing a 2 bank to the right. Basically flying in formation with that thug. I mean, it could be a crescent moon rock, or it could also be a larger mustache rock. Ooh, and Soontir fell. He's given a big decision. Does he barrel roll closer to Cavill or to get away from Talonbane, or does he barrel roll closer to Talonbane to get away from Cavill? Oh boy. And Soontir just decides to turtle all the way up. He's going to be taking shots from both. Vader going in, doing the 1 bank. The other Y-Wing, the Thug, has a BTLA-4 upgrade on it too, so it's going to be firing twice out of its front arc at Soontir. Yeah, the glitter stim was way too early. Vader. Totally whiffed that. Alright, ATC for an extra crit. Hit crit. Talonbane. Oh. So he loses a shield on Talonbane Cobra. Oh boy. Here we go. Talonbane, range 1, on Fel. Oh, if he only had Glitter Stim right now, it would be so great. Alright, so yeah, a lot of those dice get taken away, and it looks like hit crit, maybe? 2 evades. Oh, and a wash for an attack. Alright, here we go, Cavill. So he's going to be shooting out of arc. He's going to spend his focus token so that way he can take a shot at Soontir Fel. And obviously target lock. And there it is, 3 hits. And all of the evades, and Emperor Palpatine just goes ahead and changes the last one too. Alright, so Soontir Fel on the Thug. And there we go. Go ahead and look at that. There's just 2 of those hits. And it looks like there's an evade, so there's only 1 shield being taken off of that Y. Alright, so here's the Thug attack on Soontir Fel at range 1. 1 hit from the primary. Alright, and there's the evade. And the ion cannon follow-up. Oh boy. 3 hits. Oh, spending the focus, spending the evade. And once again, Baron Fel evades everything. Shuttle taking a shot on Talonbane Cobra. And there's 2 hits. Oh, I think he might have already used Talonbane. Or Palpatine. Ah, I see my mistake now. Alright, so Palpatine wasn't used on that evade result. It was auto thrusters. And, yeah. So, you know, basically they got a crit onto Talonbane Cobra. And Talonbane has damaged cockpit, and he's a pilot skill 0 now. Oh boy. So maybe he can use Talonbane for a little bit of that blocking action, but, you know, so bad. Alright, so Talonbane, fresh off his, pilot skill 0 death sentence, scooting forward 2, and jumping in front of the shuttle. Clears his stress. And he's going to take a focus. Okay, and now the Syndicate Thug jumping over Baron Fell. Takes a focus. Shuttle attempts to do a one bank. And it looks like he's going to overlap onto Talonbane. He's going to follow it forward. And, yep. Cavill. I would say most likely doing that too hard left. There you go. Now, I would probably use the engine upgrade and boost forward one, just so that way we could try and get out of arc. But, you know, that's fine too. We'll take the focus, hope to get the target lock afterwards. Baron Fell getting close to that rock. Too hard left. Ooh. Now we got Sunterfell at range 1 of Cavill. Just a focus though. Vader with the K-turn. And, you know, since he maintained that target lock, he's going to be able to use advanced targeting computer too, which, you know, could probably pay off against Cavill. Less boosting out of Sunter's arc and more boosting to ensure that, you know, getting the extra dice attack, or the extra dice on the attack with Cavill. Yeah, Cavill is turreting anyways. And Cavill spending it. And there's 4 hits. And 4 shields. So Sunterfell on Cavill. You know, for a while I was wondering why Cavill was shooting around the same time as Talonbane and Vader and Soontir fell, and I realized that he also has veteran instincts on him. So, you know, that whole chestnut. Oh, and that is so gross, because that's 4 hits from Soontir fell right onto Cavil. And then Cavil has shaken pilot. I mean, not like he wants to fly, in straight lines anyway. Okay, so from the thug onto the shuttle, and there's 1 hit, and it's evaded. And the ion cannon follow-up, and the focus, and that's an ion, and a shield, and a target lock. Alright, and there's the shot, reroll, and that's going to be 4 hits. And it's going to be 3 hits and a crit. Thanks to the Emperor, and oh, hate to see that. There's another blank. 2 shields, hit, and the crit, and it's a direct hit. So there's a lot of damage spread amongst all of the scum right now, and very little on the Imperials, especially the 2 that are the ones doing all the damage. Ugh. Now, see, if you're Brandon right now, I mean, you're in kind of a sticky situation, at least with most everything. You don't really know exactly what James can react to. And here it is, Cavil jumping behind the shuttle, taking a stress with a K-turn. And the thug also taking a K-turn. So this can neither help him or hurt him. But I don't really think that thug or cat or Talonbane Cobra, for that matter, are long for this world. Alright, and Cavil doing a hard turn to left. spending the target lock, and 2 hits. Oh. 2 onto the shuttle. Alright, range 2 from Sooner fell onto the Thug, and there's 2 hits. So he needs to get at least 1 evade result. Do we get it? Yes. Alright, so the Thug survives long enough to get a shot onto the Emperor. Oh, nope, never mind. I lied. He's dead. Now, if I was Caval right now, I'd probably be doing a 1 straight. Alright, Caval doing a 1 straight. So, Soonter's probably not going to get blocked on this. Caval taking... well, nope, Soonter fell. And there he goes. Hard 2 turn, and he's going to be right behind Caval. Not good. Not good for Caval. At all. However, turtled up Soonter... he can probably get a shot that'll work. Vader. Oh, totally clears. 1 bank. Alright, so Vader, pilot skill 11, shoots, hit, focus, ATC for an extra crit, and he's going to spend the focus for 3 hits and a crit. And that's going to end the game. Oh, Vader. Vader. Definitely the kill shot. Alright. Yeah. Oh, Brandon.
It was awesome.
So... Alright, so first things first, right?
First things, as I used glitter stem the second time.
Glitter stem way too early.
Check it, I perceive glitter stem, with the exception of one major thing, as a primarily defensive upgrade. And it's with Talonbane at range 3, it's just like glitter stem's not worth it if I'm only rolling once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was at range 3 with extra defense.
You were getting shot again if you didn't use glitter stem.
Yeah.
If you didn't use glitter stem, both of those shots would have been going there.
If you didn't shoot, you didn't shoot me. It was like it solved its purpose. It was like I didn't take any damage either way. Glitter stem it's a deterrent as much as it is a way to soak down. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
How
do we do this thing? We're gonna figure this out real quick.
I've used it to great success on Nadru with a cluster missile, and I nuked a Y-wing.
Okay, there we go.
Another game the other day. It's like But it's like if I'm not attacking more than once, I think it's a defensive upgrade.
Talonbane is so awesome, though. He's so sick if you can get him in at range 1, and all those focuses just... It's like a goose. It's like giving you. It's like a gift. And you're still taking, you're still doing a lot of defensive, things at closer ranges. Blocking some of those more important ones.
All right, that's fair.
So, I mean, granted, it has the offensive perks too. So,
but no, like it does, and it's like, and it triggered on my attack. It was fine. I was shooting at things that I wasn't gonna hit, and I was about to take 2 shots.
Yeah.
So he didn't shoot me, and I think that's a success.
Okay, so you see Cavill, and you're hoping that he's just gonna be doing the 2-turn, which he does. Doesn't block you. And then you're able to get in at range 1. What are you thinking?
Nom 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 nom.
I know what I was thinking is there's no reason for me to shoot that because I won't hit it.
Yeah, we were playing some head games the whole time of, ooh, shoot at Suntir. See where that gets you.
Oh, the psychological drama. I think everyone was actually talking about that too.
And I told him, it's like, if you're really trying to get me to shoot Suntir Fel, don't stack him with tokens. It's like, fly up there, take a focus. I probably won't hit you anyway, but I'll feel better about myself.
Yeah, true. Oh my goodness.
No, it's like I didn't expect to win. I threw my list together in about 3 minutes, but it's
that was true. One suggestion that came out of it though was Lone Wolf on Cavill, and then dropping points from somewhere else.
Not a terrible idea. Maybe that Glitter Stem. But it's like, and it's like the Glitter Stem did very little for me. But like I got more turns out of him because of it.
Yeah.
Where I didn't use the homing missile. Actually, that'd probably be where I would save some points.
The homing missile, yeah.
So I was gonna lay it on the shuttle, and then I expected the shuttle to stop, and it came forward further than I thought.
I totally forgot that you had a homing missile, the advanced homing missile on there too.
Yeah, because it only works at range 2. It's weird.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like it's not range 1 only. It's not range 1 to 2. It's range 2.
How is that an advanced missile? That sounds like a very
because it bypasses shields.
Yeah. No. What I'm thinking of is like if it was advanced, it'd be able to work at all ranges.
Well,
I don't know.
That'd be cool. Maybe you should design.
In that instance, it's like I'm too close for missiles, switching to guns.
Maybe if you designed all of the ordnance, people would use it more.
No, people wouldn't. People would not use ordnance if I designed it.
People wouldn't play the game if you designed ordnance, because you'd be like, ooh, an X-wing only.
X-wing only proton.
Yes,
everything on
all
the
of
table
it.
except for X-wings.
X-wings. I know it would be terrible because I'm so biased.
The X-wings would be like the cockroaches that survive the nuclear explosion.
Every single time. Single time.
Yes, Audio Weasel. At least I got to play. I haven't been out of the store in over a month. I actually played a good game with my buddy out of town last week, but this is the second game I played in like 40 days, and it was terrible. So, even though I quite deservedly got my ass kicked, I had a great time, and I always appreciate James showing me the ropes.
My bad.
And just crushing him. Like,
I beat James. I think I've beaten James once in my life. No, maybe twice. Because the day the Houndstooth came out.
Yeah, you ate the Houndstooth alive.
If it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen. Like, I might have beaten him twice earlier today, but it didn't happen on. It happened on It didn't happen on camera though. He crushed me on camera.
He crushed me on camera too.
You gotta show up when it counts.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in February, the last time I think I was on the stream, when I had 3 X-wings versus the Interceptors, I was able to crush you.
Yes, you were.
And then
one of
the very first games, it was the 2 Phantoms. I saw you playing that actually, I say the other day, but I haven't been here over a month, so I saw you playing that recently.
Recently.
I pulled it out just to kind of take a look. The Sigmas aren't treating me well right now, just because you really need to be cloaked when those TLT shots come in to have any chance of survival.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen some nasty things done recently with Echo and Astigium on Echo, and outmaneuver of all things.
Weird. I can get behind that.
Yeah, because then you're just
more
using.
Appropriately, she can get behind you.
How do you feel having played Phantoms and low pilot skill Phantoms? How do you feel about the illicit cloaking device upgrade? Because it's I like the flavor of it, because it's like some janky tech that you ripped off, and then it has a chance to break permanently. But it's like, it's kind of like all the other ones. You get all the other illicits are one-offs, and you get one good use of a cloak.
Right.
You might get more. How do you feel about it?
I don't think it'll see a whole lot of use unless we are in a situation where Scum is finding a way to do post-firing actions. Because really that cloak, I feel like it needs to be triggered with an advanced cloaking device, essentially. Because otherwise it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. It can get you in range in a hurry, though. That's where it might pay off.
I mean, that's what, Talonbane's going to like it, and then, Zuckuss. You can see his card ability. It's like, you can roll an extra die if you let the enemy roll an extra die. It's like, that can get him into range 1, it's like, if I get 5, I'll give you an extra, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Unless it's Soontir. Why would you ever give Soontir more dice? Because that's what he needs. But it's like, range 1 and a Falcon? Sure, roll another one.
And interestingly enough, I think Zuckuss is going to be the perfect counter to C-3PO, of all things.
Oh, totally, because you're adding the extra die, and it makes it harder to get.
It makes him less reliable, that makes sense,
Yeah, your attack dice are better than their defense dice, but it reduces the reliability of C-3PO. So I think that's a perfect counter there. But, stepping back for a second, I think you're onto something with the cloaking device being a great addition for Talonbane, because decloaking forward, you're adding 3 to the speed of whatever move you pick.
And it's like, I've seen the dial before, and I bought my own, but I was just using Brendan's stuff. I never played with it before, and it seems, occasionally it was really great, and occasionally it seemed limiting. It's like, and in fact, I can't remember what was going on, but I wish I had taken a 1 turn instead of going straight ahead at one point, but it's,
because he doesn't have the 1 forward.
It doesn't have the 1 forward or the 5 forward.
Or the 5 forward.
It also has adjacent K turns.
Yeah.
Most things with multiple K turns have like a 3 and a 5 or something like that.
3 and 4.
And this is a 4 and a 5, and it's weird. Anyway,
or 4 or 5,
no, it's a really interesting ship, and I think even it has a lot of similarities to the X-wing, but I think there's some interesting strategy
the one hard
that can
turn.
be made around it.
The one hard turn is definitely different.
Any closing thoughts? Thanks for coming to the show, guys.
Oh, well, thank you for having us.
Anything else that the viewers want to say to make fun of me?
It's good. Everyone's talking about...
We're talking about Merrick Steele.
Nothing's funnier than Blount one-shotting Cornhorn with an advanced homing missile and a direct hit comes up. Very valid point.
Audio Weasel says cloaking device is going to be awesome on Guri or Zizor. Mm-hmm. Native 3 dice plus 3 sensor jammer? I don't know.
Yeah, but...
Merrick Steele.
I mean,
you're
it's
not
still...
shooting.
Yeah, you're giving up attack to be defensive. And that's what... Glitter Stem... I can still attack, and I get a good attack, even though I see it as a primarily defensive upgrade. You know what I mean?
Advanced homing missile, Merrick Steele, was just suggested, and it's like, I thought about it it entered my mind. You're firing it, it hits, pick 1 of 3. It's going to be awesome.
Dealt, right? When you...
Yeah.
His ability says when you deal the damage, so that totally works.
Yeah.
And you can pick the one you want. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great... Who said that? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen, a lot of the things that I bring up on the show, I've seen on the forums before. I haven't seen that one.
So, what's Merrick's pilot skill? Is he 7?
I think he's a 7. Can somebody check that?
Steele's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's going to be kind of tricky getting him into that range 2 band against what he wants to be shooting at.
Right, and you have to have a target lock to spend. So it's he can't barrel roll to back up, or he has to have an engine upgrade to boost.
And then he has to actually hit, and it's a 3-die attack. So,
it's really, I'm going to just say this right now, back before they did all the G-Wiz, upgrades for the advanced, there was a short one, where I was flying a little bit of the TIE Advanced, and Merrick Steele was my go-to dude. And the reason why was cluster missiles, and I think at the time everyone was flying, Dash Rendar or whatever, and I was just able to get inside the donut whenever I wanted to. Range 1, range 2, didn't matter. It's super simple, just using the latent barrel roll, and, if you, not even using that, it was just being able to just kind of go slower than the regular TIE fighters, using just the 1 banks that the TIE Advanced has. versus
versus the
everything
slowest. The TIE fighters have to go a 1 turn or 2 straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 2 anything. A 1 turn or a 2 something. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 turn or 2 anything. But with that bank, you're opening up a little bit bigger arc, and you're going slower. I think it's a lot better. I think it should be pretty simple for Merrick. Of course, I say that it's pretty simple to get into any range, and it also the second part comes in dice. So.
Yeah. So when are we gonna start seeing some new previews for Fantasy Flight stuff? The Gozanti's supposed to be it's supposed to be under my Christmas tree. That's what they said. They got to start showing some of the stuff, or it's like I don't know. It's like it's been like 8 weeks since the announcement of Wave 8 and the Gozanti. I want to see some previews.
Well, what have we seen so far on the Gozanti?
We saw the crew member Agent Callus. He can you assign him to an enemy ship at the beginning of the game, and on attack or defense, you convert 1 focus to a success.
And then there was a couple. There was a couple new TIE pilots.
Yeah,
right?
they showed Scourge, the TIE fighter pilot. And actually, he goes well with if his buddy has advanced homing missile. If your target has a damage card, then you can roll an extra die.
Yeah.
So he's a TIE interceptor. If
they have
so
someone.
like I don't know, maybe Darth Vader has an advanced homing missile and he just throws it out there the first turn, and then Darth Vader does Vader things after that.
Yeah.
But then you have a cheap interceptor. It's like 17 points with you give him upgrades, but that's
So
pilot skill 7.
As long as he's damaged, he's basically like Mauler Mythil at every range.
So what I like with that is running him with Death Rain and bringing some proton bombs.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's proton bombs get a lot of hate. Because we've seen a lot. They're expensive, and we've seen 2-ship meta here for a long time. Remember when proton bombs came out? It was like Wave 3. What? Were you playing Wave 3?
Right at the tail end of it, yeah.
Yeah, like that's right. That's when I first started. And you were around. I was like, you drop a proton bomb on a TIE swarm, and you just like ruined his day.
Yeah.
It's like, I think with new TIE fighters are coming back, and with the new rules regarding huge ships, I think bigger lists are going to become a thing again.
I think
that's a great idea.
Even when bombs kind of debuted with Wave 2, when, the fire spray having the seismic charge and the proximity mines, a lot of people ended up not really using them that much or very often, even against the swarm meta. And it was mainly because it's like they're looking at the points and what they can save.
If you
bombs
throw out 6
points.
crits at once, it's worth 5 points.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
It's not worth it to drop it on a Falcon or even like IG. So you're only gonna hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
It was and that's expensive. On that note,
we never saw it.
Has anybody had any experience with the Wave 7 bombs? Either using them or being hit by them?
Oh, I've been hit by the Connernet plenty of times.
Yeah. I like that they kind of... They're best when used at the right time. Does that make sense? It's like Connernets and ion bombs. Even cluster missiles to a degree. It's just you hold on to them until it's the right time to do it, as opposed to with the earlier ones, you drop it when you can. Even with proximity mines, to a degree, it's if they're gonna pass behind you, you drop you drop it. I don't know. And now we have other options and other stuff, so you can use proximity mines to block up. Mm-hmm. I think they're better than they were when they came out. I really like the design of the new bombs. Cluster missiles, they don't do as much damage as I was hoping.
No,
the cluster mines, you mean?
Cluster mines, yeah.
Cluster mines.
But yeah, there's drop bombs when it's a good time to drop bombs, not because you can drop bombs.
Yeah.
Right. So the one problem that I have with the new bombs, I think they're excellent from a control factor, and all bombs got stronger with the extra munitions, but it pains me the updates they made or the errata they put out on the Connernet, because
the timing of it really affects how it works, right?
Right. Because
it's just really confusing.
If you drop it in front of somebody before they've taken their move, which seems like the optimum place to use it.
Because you know where they're going to be already.
Right. And you drop it right in front of them. They have no choice but to run over it. They hit it. They take the ion tokens, but they clear on that movement. So they don't stick around for the next turn, weird. So the ionization effect doesn't stick around.
That's weird.
Wait, no,
the ion
that's
stick
if you drop it on them. or something along those lines. There's
there's
something weird about it.
There's a weird, and we don't even know what it is. It's really confusing.
I know exactly what he's talking about. So basically, if you drop a counter net right on top of somebody, this actually happened to me, and we played it out the FAQ thing. But basically, the FAQ came out the next day after this happened to me. But you have a ship, and you drop the counter net right on top of it. You've already planned a dial.
That's what it is.
That's what it's already placed.
So you get to reveal your dial. You skip your perform action step. You gain the ion tokens, and then the next turn you're ionized.
But you still get to do the maneuver that you planned.
You still get to do the planned maneuver. You can't
redirect them with the ion.
That's what it is. You can't just take away their dial. You can still, you can still reveal your dial since you've already planned your maneuver. It's already locked in. It's not like
whereas like normally with ion tokens, you know that you've been ionized, then you can plan your other strategies around it.
Exactly. So that was the one thing I think that came out in the fact that I actually remember. I'm pretty sure I took a couple pictures of it on my phone, which is being used to light us up right now.
So Brendan, what do tractor beam tokens do?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
It only costs 1 point. It doesn't do any damage, which is probably why it's cheap. But it only costs 1 point.
All right. So the tractor beam, right? So the tractor beam, if you put it on large ship, and I guess you ram somebody or someone rams you, they get an ion token, and so they're just
That'd be weird.
Floating around. So
I don't know. It's they changed the thing in the rules about if you get barrel roll or boost off the edge, you can take it back.
Yeah.
Maybe you can force people to move one way or the other, and then you can't just force somebody off.
It is an ion effect for the tractor beam.
No, it gives a tractor beam token. It's a new token with a new effect.
Oh wait, no, tractor beam.
Yeah, what you're thinking is the ion projectors. Those are already in.
Yeah, those are already in here.
Yeah,
so
they come with the
house tooth.
And you run into stuff and get ion tokens, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
of.
yeah.
I'm totally.
Yeah, there's a new cannon in the Mist Hunter, and it's a 3 dice attack that doesn't do any damage, but it gives a tractor beam token. And we don't know what do you think it does?
Yeah,
viewers.
What does this do?
I don't think they know either.
I mean, I just based on they changed the rule that I didn't see a lot of complaints about, so I don't know. Maybe you can force which in the fact like a couple of updates ago it says if you boost or barrel roll off the edge, you can take it back, and you couldn't do that before.
Yeah.
So maybe you can force somebody one way or the other. You just can't kill them with it outright because that would be stupid.
Maybe. I mean, or since all right, so let's say that.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with that. It just seems, I don't know, it's a theory.
Tractor beam token, maybe you can reduce the movement speed by 1, or you change the movement direction by 1.
Yeah. It's only 1 point, so I feel like it can't be a huge impact.
It's not gonna be a huge impact, but
So, just throwing it out there to speak of the devil game. Attack Wing had a similar mechanic. Yes, that box right there, Attack Wing, that has been sitting there for forever. And
I've never seen anyone play Attack Wing at this store, but there's a freaking tournament promotion thing sitting here on the shelf.
Part of the reason nobody plays it here is the tournaments require you to buy those as part of entry. It's weird.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and there's only so many of those available. I tried playing it competitively for a while. Did pretty good with it, but I got really tired of buying the same ship over and over out of those. Anyway,
so there's a ship inside here?
Yeah, those are booster packs, blind booster packs.
Let's not talk crap about other games.
Anyway,
we can do that later. Yeah.
So the tractor beam effects in there, there were a couple different versions of it, but the first one to come out that I was aware of was the Borg tractor beam, and it limited the speed of the ship that was hit with it. But the effect was broken if the ship somehow got more than X distance away from the ship that had it at the tractor beam.
Okay. So if you, it would reduce your speed, but then if you,
it capped your speed. You couldn't plan a maneuver over a certain speed.
Did it maintain over turns? Because
yes,
you could eventually escape from range 3 and be out of range, and the effect no longer touches you.
I think it was range 1 to fire it and range 1 to 2 for the effect, and I think it capped your maneuver at like speed 3 or something along those lines. It's been a long time since I've cared about that game, but it was there.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's used to pull one ship aboard another ship for a boarding action.
That'd be cool.
We see that a few times here. You just break out an Imperial Assault minigame in the middle of your X-Wing
Yeah,
game.
you set up a whole other map. It's like the inside of the Star Destroyer. It's a
Just
terrible
have people
idea.
run around.
Horrible idea.
I don't know. Anything else to say? I've just kind of been
I think we've
spewing things as I can think of them.
We've pretty much rambled as much as we can
Yeah.
legitimately ramble.
Thanks for watching, guys. For sticking around so late. Yeah. Fly casual. We're gonna sign off. We will be.
Go Team Empire.
Yeah, go Team Empire. I'll be back on Sunday. We're streaming an Imperial Assault tournament. I might be playing, depending on what our attendance is, so the dynamic might be a little bit different than you're used to. And then next week, we're starting Imperial Assault campaign, and then the week after that, we're coming back to X-Wing, and we're going to rotate, and it's going to be confusing, but it'll be fun.
Isn't the tournament